A good set of duck decoys is a must-have item for any waterfowl hunter. Yet, with a vast assortment of decoys and brands available to hunters, it can be overwhelming to know exactly where to begin. If you're a novice hunter who is just starting to purchase waterfowl equipment, a dozen floating mallard decoys are usually enough to begin hunting Colorado's smaller sloughs, marshes, and rivers. Mallards are the most common ducks in Colorado, so building your decoy spread with a combination of mallard drakes and hens is a great foundation. For the best results, you can mix some feeders and sleepers with your standard floating decoys to make your spread appear more natural. You can continue to add additional species and different sizes of decoys as your budget allows. Throwing a few goose decoys into the mix is also extremely effective to lure ducks within shooting range. Many hunters also add a few black decoys to their spread. Black decoys are extremely visible to ducks, particularly on overcast days. These decoys can also imitate coots and other waterfowl, which can make your spread more varied and give ducks the confidence they need to land. You can purchase black decoys, or you can create your own by simply painting a couple of hen mallard decoys with flat black spray paint. It's important to add weight to your decoys to keep them in place on windy days or when hunting in moderate current. The amount of weight that you add will vary based on the water conditions and the size and weight of your decoys. A Texas rig setup, consisting of tangle-free line and lead weights, is ideal to keep decoys securely in place. A 5 to 6 foot tangle-free cord is sufficient for hunting most locations and provides enough slack so floating decoys can move naturally on windy days. If your budget allows, you can improve your setup dramatically by adding a few motion decoys to your spread. These battery-operated decoys flap, quiver, shake, and make waves just like real ducks. There are a wide variety of motion decoys available, so it's important to do some research to see what models fit your budget and hunting style. Motion decoys are especially effective on calm days when your stationary decoys can look stagnant and unnatural. Ducks like to see activity on the water before they decide to land. Adding motion also helps to draw a duck's attention toward your decoys and away from your dog and blind. One of the most popular motion decoys is the spinning wing. Simulating a duck in flight, the spinning wing decoy took the hunting world by storm when it first debuted in the late 1990s. Because of its effectiveness, nearly every serious waterfowler owned one. However, because of its mass popularity, some hunters now view spinning wings as more of a liability than an asset. In some ways, the spinning wing became a victim of its own success, and some hunters believe that ducks have become conditioned to avoid motion wing decoys. Despite the naysayers, there are still plenty of hunters out there who swear by the spinning wing's effectiveness. If you decide to use a spinning wing decoy, make sure it comes with a remote control so you can turn the decoy off once ducks are close. While the spinning wing is highly visible and effective at attracting ducks from long distances, the non-stop spinning may cause ducks to flare at close range. One of the most unique motion decoys to hit the market in recent years is made by Colorado-based Duck Creek Decoy Works. Duck Creek's innovative flashback decoy imitates a feeding mallard drake. The flashback's action is so realistic, the ducks will literally land and sit next to the decoy as if it were a real feeding duck. The flashback's tipping motion is also highly visible to passing ducks and creates aggressive ripples on the water, just like a real mallard. As an added bonus, the decoy's repetitive motion can help keep water open on cold days. Motion decoys that imitate feeding ducks are especially effective in late season when ducks have become more wary of decoys and hunters. A feeding duck shows that there's both a food source and safety, two things all ducks need to survive migration. For motion decoys on the cheap, a simple DIY jerk rig is a good option for adding some movement to your decoy spread. There are a variety of different types and designs of DIY jerk rigs online, most of which consist of a bungee cord, weights, and tangle-free lines or cords. A jerk rig allows you to move your decoys manually while you remain concealed in your blind. Regardless of which brands or designs you choose, a good set of decoys will help you bag more ducks and ensure that your time in the field is more enjoyable and productive. For more information about decoys and tips for hunting Colorado waterfowl, please visit coloradooutdoorsmag.com.